Hello, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So, Cancer, today we're going to focus on your past, present, as well as your future. We're also going to see the ultimate outcome of your current situation. So, with all that being said, Cancer, let's get started. For Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, for their past, present, as well as their future. All right, Cancer. In the past, we do have the Empress for you. Your current energy is a Three of Wands. And then in your future, we do have the Devil out here. Okay. For some of you, you could be dealing with a Capricorn, possibly a Leo, maybe even a Libra or a Taurus. Doesn't necessarily have to be the case, but there is an overall energy, Cancer, of something stopping you in the near future. And it's something that obviously we're going to look a little bit more into, but I am definitely getting that right now you're very, very focused on yourself as well as your future. But I just see something trying to like stop you in the near future that could prevent you from like focusing on, your goals, your future plans, things of that nature. It could obviously be a person that's definitely a possibility. But like I said, we're going to get into that in a second. But before we do all of that, let's focus on this Empress energy in the recent past. So we do have the Magician. We also have, the Six of Swords. And then we also have the Lovers out here. So in the recent past, and it doesn't necessarily have to be the recent past. For some of you, this could have happened many moons ago. But for others of you, this is definitely going to be a recent past energy that you found yourself in. But it looks like you met somebody here in the recent past. Currently at the moment, I do believe that you are connecting, with somebody that you feel a very strong and intense soul tie connection with. With the Six of Swords coming out here, for some of you, this person that you're connecting with, they might live at a distance from you. For some of you, this could definitely represent a long distance relationship. That part may not resonate for all of you out there, but I am definitely getting for some of you, this is definitely like a long distance relationship, or maybe they just live at a distance from you. But we do have the Magician out here. If this is a long distance relationship, I don't necessarily see you allowing the distance to stop you from manifesting and creating the life that you want with this person. But like I said, the whole distance thing is not going to resonate for all of you out there. But I do believe that this is somebody, Cancer, that you would like to go off and manifest and create a life with into fruition. I am definitely getting that. Now, in the near future, we do have the Three of Wands out here. So let's see what's going on with that. We have the Hermit to the Two of Swords, and then we also have the Hierophant out here. I feel like you've been waiting for a connection like this to show up in your life for quite some time now. I am definitely getting that. So I feel like when it comes down to the specific connection that's currently in your life, it's a connection with somebody that you see a great deal of potential with. You see higher levels of commitment coming out of this entire situation between you and this person. That's definitely what you're aiming for, and that's definitely what you want to transpire here between you and this person. It kind of looks like all you see is them and all you want is them. This to me kind of feels like an energy of you being 100% sold on someone in particular that you currently find yourself connecting with. And like I said, for some of you, this person might live at a distance from you, or there's just like a boatload of distance involved. Like this person might live in another state than you do. So for some of you, you could have definitely met this person online. Now, in the near future, we do have the Devil. So let's see what's going on with that. We have the Five of Pentacles, we got the Ten of Cups, and then we also have the Chariot out here. Going back to like what I originally said about something trying to stop you. I feel like in order for this relationship between the two of you to work, somebody's going to have to sacrifice something is basically what I'm getting. Like I said, for some of you, this might be a long distance relationship. So in order for this relationship to work, you might have to relocate. This person might have to relocate. In order for this relationship to work, in order for the two of you to build and manifest and create the life that you guys truly want and desire with one another. I just see somebody needing to sacrifice something. Now, it could be you needing to sacrifice something, or it could even be your person needing to sacrifice, their living situation. That's definitely a possibility. But I am definitely getting that there's like a lot of fear going on someone's behalf as far as sacrificing whatever it is that they need to sacrifice in order to make this relationship work here. So you might be very fearful to sacrifice something, like for example, your living situation in order for this relationship between the two of you to work, or maybe it's them that needs to sacrifice their living situation in order for this relationship between the two of you to work. I just kind of feel like somebody's very fearful to do so. So Cancer, you might be extremely fearful to sacrifice your living situation to relocate, closer to them. You might be extremely fearful to do so out of fear that, what if it doesn't work out, things of that nature. For some of you, this could definitely represent what they're going through on their end as far as experiencing a lot of fear is concerned. In regards to sacrificing whatever this thing is that they need to sacrifice in order for this relationship between the two of you to work. Now, here's one thing that I will say. You guys are very compatible to one another. We do have the Empress out here, and the person that sits in the chariot is technically speaking the Empress. So it is a true pair situation here between you and this person. You guys are very compatible to one another. I am definitely getting that. But if it's one thing that I will say is that the both of you really do want to manifest and create a life with one another. I think that you guys are on board and on the same page when it comes down to that. I just kind of feel like there's something that needs to be sacrificed in order for this relationship to work. And I can't emphasize this enough. I feel like it has a lot to do with like somebody relocating, giving up their living situation, that's kind of primarily what I'm getting here, especially because we have the Six of Swords to the Three of Wands. There's just so much distance involved between you and this person. So I don't know, dude. Like maybe this person lives in the same state that you live in, but they just live very, very far away from you. Maybe they live hours away from you. Or maybe this person does live in another state. That could definitely apply for some of you out there. But as far as the ultimate outcome is concerned, we do have the Ace of Swords. So let's see why we're getting the Ace of Swords here. Okay. All right. So we do have the Five of Cups. We also have the Star. And then we also have the Four of Wands. So Cancer, if you're sacrificing your living situation to move closer to them in order to manifest and create the life that you truly want with this person, I do see you actually doing it in the end. I feel like you will definitely move past, the fear of, leaving the state that you currently live in to move to the state that they live in. If this is them sacrificing their living situation, I do see them definitely relocating to the state that you live in order to make this relationship between the two of you work. I feel like, this fear that either you're experiencing or they're experiencing on their behalf is going to be a fear that somebody is definitely going to overcome. I am definitely getting that. Not only that, but I feel like when this individual, whether that individual be you or your person, but I feel like when this individual does decide to sacrifice their living situation in order to make this dynamic between the two of you work, or in order for you to make this dynamic between you and this person work, I do feel like it's going to take a while for this person to adjust. I am definitely getting that. Like this person's going to find themselves feeling alone, which is kind of making me feel like this person could very well be moving to a state that they know absolutely no one but you. Or this person could very well be moving to a whole new city that they know absolutely no one but you. Or this could be a situation you're going to find yourself in where you're moving to a state where you don't know anybody but them, or you're moving to a city that you don't know anyone but them. Because I just keep getting this overall energy of loneliness in somebody's energy. I just don't know if it's you or if it's them. That's going through this, but I feel like it's because somebody's giving up like their living situation to move closer to someone. I keep getting that. But they're relocating to either a state or a city where they know no one in. But I am definitely getting, like I said, like an overall energy of loneliness coming from somebody here. Someone's definitely gonna find themselves missing like their family, their friends, like their social circle. I am definitely getting that. I feel like this person might even have a hard time making friends in this new state that they're going to be moving to, or this new city that they're going to be moving to. I am definitely getting that somebody's going to have a hard time like making friends. I don't necessarily feel like it has anything to do with them per se. As far as like them having a hard time making friends is concerned, I don't want to say that it has absolutely anything to do. Well, Never mind, I take that back. I just kind of feel like this particular person is like very selective of who they choose to like befriend, is basically what I'm getting. They're just very, very selective and very, very picky when it comes down to that. So a part of me wants to say it's not them, but a part of me wants to say it is them, because I feel like this person's going to have the chance and the opportunity to make friends in this new state that they're moving to, or this new city that they're moving to. I just kind of feel like they're very picky and very selective. Um, in regards to like who they decide, to develop and establish friendships with. I am definitely getting that, but I just kind of feel like that's just how this individual is. They don't go around calling just anybody, a friend of theirs. Like that friend would have to have like certain qualities that they're looking for within a friendship in order for them to befriend anyone. So I do feel like they will have the opportunity to make friends. I just kind of feel like the people that try to befriend them, they're not going to be the one to essentially befriend that other individual back. Maybe because they don't resonate with that person, or they don't mesh well with that person, or click with that person. But outside of that, I just kind of feel like whoever is sacrificing their living situation and moving to a whole new state, moving to a whole new city, I just kind of feel like it's going to take some time for this individual to adjust and adapt. I am definitely getting that, and they definitely will. I don't feel like this person's going to like regret giving up their living situation to move closer to you and build and establish a life with you. Or I don't feel like you're gonna regret moving closer to them to go off and build and establish a life with them. I don't see anybody regretting it. I don't see anybody regretting it. Like the only bad that I see coming out of this entire situation is, somebody missing home, to be completely honest. Somebody, slowly but surely adapting, to their new life in this new state, in this new city. And, making friends that they, resonate with and mesh well with. But that's the only bad that I see coming out of this particular situation, is basically what I'm getting. I do believe that the two of you will also get a home with one another. I am definitely getting that. So, you could very well just be getting like, like a house or an apartment near them, or they could be getting a house or an apartment near you. But I do see the two of you eventually getting a home together. Of course, this could definitely represent them giving up their living situation to just, instantly like move in to a house with you or an apartment with you. I am definitely getting that, or into your house or into your apartment, or vice versa. But I do see the two of you eventually sharing a home with one another. I am definitely getting that. But yeah, Cancer, that is what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated. And I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye.